Micah and Grant.
Is that you, Thomas Jefferson?
No, you.
Eventually.
Grant, wake up.
Oh, hello.
Okay, well,
Since you did that, I gotta ask you some questions. First,
wait a second.
we're live. So, we're live with Thomas Jefferson. So, first, give me some background information about you. Speak up. First, we're live with Thomas Jefferson. First off, give me some background.
It all started on April 13th, 1743. I was born into a wealthy family in Shiloh, Virginia. My mother was Martha Jefferson, and my father was Peter Jefferson. I grew up as a farmer and with 3 siblings. In my pastime, I played in the woods, read, or played the violin. I had a very good education, but sadly, my father died at age 4 while I was 14. Later, I married Martha Jefferson and had 6 children, but only 2 survived through adulthood.
Tell me about your early life, Jeffy.
Okay, don't call me that. Okay, as for my early life, I went to college with William and Mary, which was in Virginia. Some other facts of my early life before presidency was that I was the Secretary of State for George Washington through 1789 to 1794. I had a job as a lawyer. I was elected to the House of Burgesses. I served as a member of the Virginia House of Delegates. For 4 years, I served as America's minister to France during the Revolutionary War. I served as governor for 2 years.
Wow, that was amazing.
Okay. But the 2 best factors of my life before presidency was becoming a founding father, and during the Second Constitutional Congress, I tasked together with John Adams and Benjamin Franklin to write the Declaration of Independence at age 33. Back to you,
Very
Grant.
cool, Mr. Jefferson. Now that we're past that, tell me about your life as president.
Well, one of my most well-known things I've done as president was the Louisiana Purchase. This happened all the way back in 1803. Me and Napoleon made a land deal between the United States and France, in which the U.S. acquired approximately 827,000 square miles of land west of Mississippi River for $15 million. That's approximately 1/3 of the United States, Grant.
Tell me a small detail on your presidency.
Well, I was inaugurated on March 4th at age 57. I had 2 terms of 4 years each. I led the Democratic Republican Party. I had in first term, I, in keeping with my Republican values, stripped the presidency of all the trappings of European royalty, reduced the size of the armed forces, and lowered the national debt from 80 million to 57 million in the first 2 years in office, which is about 1/3 of the national debt.
What were you and John Adams mad at each other about?
Well, we had very different political beliefs.
I see. Now I have one more question for you. Your life during presidency. Tell me about the Lewis and Clark expedition.
So 2 years into presidency, I asked Congress to fund an expedition to explore the unknown territory for the Louisiana Purchase, and I also wanted them to go through and see the Pacific Ocean current. And I asked Lewis and Clark, along with an army of men, they had an 8,000-mile journey ahead. The expedition took around 2 years. The main idea of their mission was to explore the unknown territory and establish trade with natives and affirm the sovereignty of the United States. Region also found a waterway from the U.S. to the Pacific Ocean. Clark would usually be on the ships making maps while Lewis was studying the wildlife. Sacagawea. Can you pronounce that for me?
Sacagawea.
Same thing. Okay. He was a valuable Native American and helped Lewis and Clark. The expedition failed at their main goal, finding an all-new water route across the continent. They did, however, succeed in finding new information about the plants, animals, and Native Americans that they were in the region. Wait, what? That they were in the region so that American knowledge and culture could be greater. So the main impact of their expedition overall was the knowledge they gained about the rest of America. I lastly put an end to the centuries-old problem of Tripoli pirates from North Africa just disrupting American shipping in the Mediterranean.
Very cool, teacher.
Don't call me that.
All right, well, Thomas, I don't want to be rude, but what was your salary as president?
Okay, well, not to brag, but it was $25,000 a year. In other words, $25,000 in 1800 would be equivalent to $476,204.37 today.
Which is.
Yeah.
Lastly, tell me about your afterlife.
Well, I was elected president of the American Philosophy Society until 1815. I worked with the University of Virginia, and I own a private library. Jefferson and I.
Well, that's the end of Thomas Jefferson, folks. Well, that's the end of Thomas Jefferson, folks. His gravestone is located in the Monticello Gardens Original in Columbia, Missouri. His gravestone said exactly, "Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of American Independence and the Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom and the father of the University of Virginia." That is a commercial break, folks, and we will see you when we're going to ancient Egypt.
Geico. Great service from licensed agents 24/7.